Today, one I've been wanting to do for ages and ages and ages, RTM Fox. It's a tape that's made now. It's new production, not new old stock. So it should be interesting. Now, I've done a bit of research, and the reviews on the RTM Fox, well, they tend to be a little bit vague. So this will be the proper results, as you know, the way I normally do it, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll give you my impressions as well. So should be fun. Let's get started. It's a lovely looking box, and it says on there, normal bias legendary formula. I think they've gone for understated style on this box. It looks nice, but it doesn't say wow. So I've added this for us. The shell is nothing special, but it's got 5 screws. It's pretty and it's clear, and it's got the logo on the slip sheet. On one review I saw they had the pegs, the tape was going the other side of the pegs to what this one is. But this one, it's going on the outside rather than the inside, which is what I had on the other one. So that's obviously variable. They're obviously proud of their analogue heritage, as you can see on the spine of the box. So overall, I'd say the presentation is good. It's not flashy, it's just stable. So let's start. We'll start with the buff ting and move on from there. As you can hear, that was an excellent buff ting. However, as we know, that's not the beginning and end of the story, so let's see where we go from here. The silence figure is typical for a ferric. It's minus 73 dB and a little bit. It's worth noting that it's a little bit different shape to some of the others, but for a ferric, that's very good. Next, we'll play a bit of Patrick Patricos, dynamic and clean. I think you'll agree that sounded pretty good, and now we'll go for the minus 20, just a short bit of this one. Dynamic and clean. Well, I think you'll agree that was quite listenable. Now, somebody asked me once, why do I put that very low level one on? And the answer is simple. They're all recorded on the same machine with the same settings, so that gives you a true reproduction of what the minus 20 is like. So you can understand where you're coming from and how much hiss you're going to get on a low level recording. And the frequency response is very different at minus 20. Before we get stuck into the nitty-gritty, let's have a quick look at this. This is the full trace, and I just want to point you out the symmetry between the left and the right channels. And there is a noticeable lack of dropouts, which is rather nice. So looking at the zero white noise, it's quite respectable, and the pink noise is very good as well. No problems there. However, on the minus 20, you can see the white noise is a bit more linear, as is the pink noise, but still no problems. I want to just show you, this is the envelope produced by the frequency sweep at 0 dB, and this is the same envelope produced by the frequency sweep at minus 20 dB. You can see there's a bit of difference. Looking at them like this, you can still see that there is a big difference in the linearity on the bottom traces. And quite honestly, this tape is producing very good results at both levels, but the minus 20 is better than average. And what that translates into is this. This is the 1 kilohertz at 0 dB. Look how low that third harmonic distortion is. And the 3 kilohertz is actually better, because it's not any worse. So looking at the minus 20 dB 1 kilohertz, look how beautiful that is, and that is really, really nice. And then you look at the minus 23 kilohertz, and then you know how well they've done this tape. Put simply, this means that this tape can be driven quite hard and it'll sound good. But how good? Well, let's have a look at these figures now. Looking at this, you can see that it's got a reasonable output up to about 13 kilohertz. Then it goes a little bit, But look at this. This has got output all the way up to 20 kilohertz. Okay, it's not usable much over 17, but this is the minus 20, and it's giving you that sort of a response. So if you don't drive it to the limits, you're going to get good frequency response from this tape. This shows how forgiving it is. This is at plus 3 dB drive, and look, you've still got reasonable distortion figures. What follows is some classical music, and it's a proper recording on this tape, done on the same settings, so you can enjoy that, and I'll catch you another time.